All right, thanks everyone for attending today's webinar. We're going to get this kick started. It's a little after 1, so thank you for taking the time. My name is Scott Fligge. I'm the National Sales Manager for BFT, and along with me today is Roberto Sin, one of our tech support representatives based out of Florida. And today we're going to go over the BFT electromechanical KUSTOS 24-volt swing gate operator. We're going to keep this to about 20 minutes tops. So we would just ask to save any questions for the end, and we'll open up the chat box. So we would just ask to put the questions in the chat box. And if you can't make it or know of anyone that could benefit from this, it is going to be recorded to our BFT America's YouTube channel, where you can even find previous webinars as well. So anyways, hope you're all doing well given these times, and we'll get this kick started. So a quick brief background about BFT. We're the 4th largest gate automation manufacturer in the world. We are a subsidiary of Somfy Systems, which is a manufacturer in the home automation space, and they specialize in shades, blinds, and curtains. And on the bottom right-hand side, you can see our North American headquarters, where we are partnered with Somfy. And then on the bottom left is our headquarters for BFT, based in Schio, Italy, which is in northern Italy. Here's just a couple photos of our 40,000 square foot warehouse and training center in the middle. Why BFT? So we specialize in swing gate automation, both electromechanical and hydraulic. So today we're going to touch on the electromechanical part with KUSTOS. Any slide gate automation, all rack and pinion, anything from 1,300 pounds up to 7,500 pounds. We carry a full range of barriers, 10 feet to 26 feet. Bollards and cellular systems, which we previously did a webinar on those that you can find on our channel, as well as the cellular video intercoms. And then in a few short weeks, we'll be conducting a webinar going over a new product that we're bringing to the American market, the pedestrian speed gates. We have tech support based in Florida, New York, and Ireland, and we recently added a new tech support representative in March of 2020. All right, so the KUSTOS operator is rated for gates up to 16 feet, 550 pounds. It is 24 volts. Mind you, there is 110 that runs in and it transforms down to 24. These are UL 325 approved. Battery backup is optional. And a couple key things that we'll show a video on are the magnetic limit switches, internal positive stops, and the KUSTOS is also solar compatible. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll go over a Wi-Fi gateway option where the end user can control the operator through an app on a smartphone. And the KUSTOS is a great solution for any residential or light commercial project. All right, we'll get kick-started here with a video going over the KUSTOS.
Hello and welcome to BFT's 3rd installment in virtual training. And today we proudly present to you the KUSTOS 24-volt A40 electromechanical swing gate operator. This machine is intended for use on a gate up to 16.5 feet long, weighing 550 pounds. The machine includes built-in positive stops for gates that require that extra security at the end of the travel. The manual release is easy to do and is under this watertight cover, which allows you to insert the key, release the motor, and freely swing it. The maneuver and manual release is very easy and light, as you can see. To re-engage the operator, just simply insert the key again and lock it in place. The connection of the operator to the control board is done via a 16-gauge 3-wire cable.
Okay, sorry everyone. Let me make sure we got the audio here.
Hello and welcome to BFT.
We'll go back to where we left off.
Right about there. And lock it in place. The connection of the operator to the control board is done via a 16-gauge 3-wire cable. Most other operators may use up to 5 or even 6 wires to accomplish this to the control board. Here we can see the closed magnetic limit switch, and this would be your open limit switch. Also, we can see here the positive stop for your open position and the positive stop for your closed position. To adjust your limit switches, you would simply swing your gate to your open limit, which would bring this trolley to the limit switch where you want it. Then you would adjust the limit switch by releasing the screw and making a fine adjustment. The same will be done for the backside on the open limit switch. Once you've made your limit switch adjustments and you're satisfied with your gate open and closed travel, you will slide the cover back on and then reinstall the bottom bezel piece. This is secured by one Phillips screw.
Okay, thank you, Robert.
Hello and welcome.
And now we'll jump into the site survey. So one thing to always keep in mind is make sure the gate is functioning as smoothly as possible before adding any automation. So beneath you can see an example of the KUSTOS install. And then one thing I'm going to point out is on the bottom left-hand side, that is a push to open installation. And then we have your standard pull to open installation on the upper right-hand side. And Robert, do you want to kick it off on the installation and geometry?
Thank you, Scott, and welcome everybody. The KUSTOS operator needs about 6.5 inches for the post geometry. That measurement is taken from the center of the hinge outward to the pivot point of the operator, and from the center of the hinge outward to the pivot of the motor, so that you wind up with a square 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch post geometry. In some cases, you will not be able to reach the 6.5 inches because of your situation, but you want to get as close to the 6.5 inches as possible for the best possible geometry. And in some cases, your post may not be like a 4-inch post, so your geometry point may wind up somewhere towards the back of the post, where it's actually out of the range of the post. In a situation like that, you would have to create a gusset or fabricate an iron piece, a steel piece, so you can weld the post bracket onto that and then reinforce it with a back piece or a gusset. Scott, can I change the slide?
There we go. Yep.
Okay. All right, once you establish your post geometry, which is the first thing you need to do to get the correct gate bracket position. So once you get your post geometry situated, now you know that you can take your full closed position from the post bracket to the gate bracket, and that measurement is 46.5 inches. Okay. To make it easy, we also have an app that's available either on Android or on iOS, which will help guide you through the measurements needed to accomplish the correct post geometry. Did we have a...
We do have a video there, and we'll put that on our channel too. It goes over a more in-depth description of the app. For the sake of time, we'll skip over that today.
The app will actually let you plug in the numbers of your gate. It'll ask you for the thickness of your gate, your hinge offset, and the thickness of your post, and it'll give you the correct measurements so you can establish the post geometry. Once you got your post geometry set up and the operator is mounted, the next step would be to adjust your open limit switch. This is done by, like in the video, releasing the operator and swinging your gate to the fully open position, and then you'll be able to adjust your magnetic sensor so that it's even with the trolley. In some cases, when you open up the gate, your positive stop may impede you from getting to where you would like the gate to fully open. So you would need to release the positive stop with these two 10mm bolts and move the stops away so you can establish your fully open position. Then you can adjust your limit switch to where you want it. Once that is done, you lock it down as far as tightening the screws so that that position does not change. After you got your open limit switch set, then you swing your gate to the fully closed limit switch and do the same thing for the front end, for the front limit switch. And again, if you need to move the gate further to reach your fully closed limit switch, you may have to release the positive stop and adjust it away so you can reach your fully closed position. Then you would adjust your limit switch accordingly.